Hi guys, so I'm going to read Marvel Knights Fantastic Four number 21. So by Aguirre, Saska, Delandro, Bat, Friends, and Bushima. There's going to be more detail, like their first names in that with the writers and artists. This is how the dream day begins. I'm in bed, asleep. My sheets are cool. And I'm dreaming of the planet Vespius in a galaxy far away from ours. Specifically, of a garden my husband took me to once, with the most gorgeous, unique alien flowers. Then, I'm in that liminal place between sleeping and waking, feeling a very familiar weight as my husband steals over me and kisses me awake. Good morning, sexy. Happy anniversary. Back at you, Lanky. I sent Ben and Johnny on a field trip to Dimension W. Herbie took Franklin and Val to the Big Apple Circus. And I put the new Avengers on high alert. Which means we're not leaving this bed for the next 12 hours. Nope. I don't know, but that's how the dream, and that's covering it up. Oh, that's how the dream day begins. This, conversely, is how the real day begins. I'm in bed, boiling and sweating under my sheets, and Reed's alarm clock is blaring. I count to 30 in my head, waiting for him to stretch his arm and shut it off. But surprise, surprise, he's nowhere to be found. So I shut it off for him. All right, I shouldn't have done that. But today, our wedding anniversary, is not the day for Reed to be. Wait, what's? Scientific errand of the utmost importance, unavoidable trip to Washington, D.C., then Vienna. Be back soon. Have a great day. XOXOXO Reed. I finished my husband's note and count to 30. It's something I've been doing a lot lately. I know this is what I signed on for when we got married all those years ago. Reed and his genius don't just belong to me. He and it belong to the world. And I love him for that. I do. Still. Just once. And the story's called Desperate Housewife. Written by Roberto Aguirre Sacasa. Art by Valentin Delandro and Bat. Flashback sequence art by Ron Friends and Sal Buscema. Color by Soto Colors A. Crossley. Lettered by VC's Dave Sharp. Edited by Warren Simmons. Executive editor Axel Alonso. Editor-in-chief Joe Quesada. Publisher Dan Buckley. Can't I come first? So much for anyone else remembering today. I tell myself, it's just another day. It doesn't matter. Don't think about it. Reed loves you. You know that. He doesn't have to show it. Or say it. Lucky for Reed, I have plenty to keep myself distracted. Just like old times, eh, old mole man? I talk that way in case there are any reporters within earshot. The press loves it when we declaim in sound bites. Later that afternoon, at 4:16, I'm standing with the other soccer moms, watching my son's soccer game. The woman to my left, married to a reporter for the Bugle, is complaining that her husband has long hours, and that she never sees him. I tell myself that she's not being insensitive on purpose, just that she doesn't know any better. At 4:32, my cell phone rings, and I hate the way my heart fills with hope at the possibility that it might be Reed. I think, is this normal after all these years? Or is it pathetic? Either way, I answer on the second ring, trying not to sound too desperate. Hello? Oh, hi. Alicia, how are you? Fine, Oh, thank you. Thanks for remembering. No, nothing with Reed, And Alicia cuts me off, having heard all of the excuses before. Alicia's a good friend, better than I deserve. The way I'm always complaining to her about Reed, which is why I agree, against my better judgment, to a girls' night out? But I don't need to be... No. It sounds... Yes, Alicia. Yes, of course I'd love to. And I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 2 kids. I survived flying through a storm of cosmic energy. I lived with 3 of the most emotionally arrested men on the planet. But I still got it, thank you very much. No word from Reed yet. It's just another day. Ben's playing poker with the boys. Johnny's at Spam-A-Lot with Courtney. And Herbie's watching DVDs with the kids. See you later, Roberta. Have a good evening, Miss Richards. So I guess I really am a free agent tonight. That is, if you don't count the motley crew assembled to show me a good time. Now, I'm gonna have some trouble with this because I'm not very good with female voices, so I'm gonna have some trouble making them different from each other. Alicia invited Jennifer Walters, the sensational She-Hulk. Let's bring it, ladies. And Sharon Ventura, aka the She-Thing. I can't believe anyone still had my number. And because of that hilarious team-up we had with the X-Men a few months ago, Emma Frost, though I'm not sure why she agreed. I hear what you're thinking, dear Sue, and believe me when I tell you that I'm asking myself the exact same thing. On the other hand, if you're going out in New York, and it's just the girls, the last thing you want is some creep hitting on you. Well, lovely ladies, allow me to... Introduce yourself. Don't bother, you simian. I've just scanned your filthy little mind. And what you're imagining, it's not going to happen. Not tonight, not ever. You have 5 seconds to leave before I rewire your synapses, so that you'll have trouble performing even the most basic of bodily functions. Ciao, love. Emma. I'm sorry, Susan, but that man was hideous. What did Oscar Wilde say about beauty? That it's some sort of that it's a kind of genius. Fine, but you're not the only woman here, Emma. Seriously, I thought he was kind of cute. From drinks in Soho to clubbing in the Flatiron District, a new place called Pillows of all things. God, but it's nice to be sweating from dancing and not from, getting pummeled by Diablo. It's funny. I look at Jennifer and I see this beautiful, powerful, vivacious woman, at the moment dancing in a sea of shirtless men who probably think she's a drag queen, but let that pass. And I wonder what people think when they look at me. I'm not one for regrets, or for wallowing in any kind of depression. I learned not to from Alicia. But what's wrong with a little self-reflection every now and then? What's bad about asking, what might my life be if not for X, Y, or Z? What if I had been married to a movie star? Would I be one? We live in a world where Katie Holmes is a movie star, Susan. If she did it, you certainly could have. Emma, wait, what are you doing in my... Eavesdropping, some might say. Sorry, darling, but you were just being so loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Later, from pillows to raised papaya for hot dogs, coconut juice, and wait, who's saying that? I guess Emma Frost. All right, Sue. Now that we've loosened. Wait, no, because she wouldn't say that because she's psychic. So, all right, Sue. Now that we've loosened you up a bit, what is it with you and Namor? Sorry, girls. These are all mine. Yours are still cooking, I guess. Honestly, Sharon. Oh, so that was she. Okay, never mind. Honestly, Sharon, nothing. I mean, I think Namor's handsome, sure, and I appreciated his attention, up to a point, but nothing's ever happened between us. Really? Not in all those years? How utterly boring. I mean, I think we've kissed a couple of times, but those were like Beauty and the Beast type moments, you know? If Hank McCoy were here, he'd make you take that back. So you've never cheated on Reed? Is that what you're saying? No. Not even when he's, I don't know, ignored you for weeks on end? Never, no. But surely you've at least thought about it. Sharon. Don't lie, Susan. You know, Emma, I really hate that you can read minds. Seriously, why did you come? Oh, hush. We've all contemplated straying at some point or another, though none of us have had an opportunity so tantalizing, shall we say. Meaning what exactly? Wait, are you talking about Sue's thing with the Black Panther, Emma? Alicia! That was supposed to be our secret. Susan Richards? You had a thing with the Black Panther? Yes, no, not really. Oh, then why, darling, are you blushing? Spill it, sister. I'm sorry, Sue. I thought it was common knowledge. Oh my God, I love the Black Panther. He's so sexy and mysterious. If you don't, Miss Goody Goody, I will. And maybe it's the Cosmopolitans, or maybe it's the high I'm on from dancing, or maybe it's the fact that my husband hasn't called me once this entire day. But I decide in that moment, why not spill? All right. My little brush with the Black Panther began, as these things so often do, innocently enough. Reed, darling, you know I don't like making a nuisance of myself when you're so obviously being brilliant, but you must tell me more about this exotic hovercraft we're flying. There's not much to tell, Susan, darling, except that it seems to be powered by magnetic waves, and that it was an unexpected gift sent to us by an African chieftain called the Black Panther.
Never heard of him, but does anybody got a Dramamite?
Hey, can we swing by Metro College and pick up my good buddy, the way out Wyatt Wingfoot? The Black Panther. He sounds so mysterious and powerful and handsome. Is that why I'm suddenly, inexplicably uneasy? I wish I could say the first time I met the Black Panther, it was a magical or kinetic or even civil, but truthfully.
Welcome to my man-made jungle, deep in the heart of Wakanda, fabled Fantastic Four. Now prepare to be hunted, for the time has come for the Black Panther to stalk once more.
So I've read the Black Panther's first appearance in before I've read that. So if you guys want to check out my Fantastic Four playlist. But the Black Panther's hunting us. But why? And why am I suddenly oddly tilted? Surprised by the unexpected attack, we were like lambs to the slaughter. Me especially. His strong arms wrapped around my shoulders before.
Not so fast, invisible girl.
Black Panther! You're as fast as your namesake. You leaped inside my force field before I could seal it. No offense, Sue, but so far this story... I believe the term is bites. Listen, you asked for it, not me. Maybe if you were to cut to the chase it would be. Yes, why don't you skip the rest of the fighting, Sue? That's all you superheroes do when you meet anyway. And tell them what came later. Oh, you mean after we made our peace with T'Challa, and after we joined forces to defeat Klaw, when I cornered my husband to ask. Reed, darling, I hate to be a pest when you're so obviously preoccupied with something my feminine mind couldn't possibly fathom. But the Black Panther has asked us to stay in Wakanda for a few days. And, well... What's that, Sue, darling? Oh, yes, of course we can prolong our visit. That would give me a chance to continue researching this strange, glistening ore called vibranium. I remember being so excited about extending our stay in Wakanda that I couldn't keep still that night. Restless, I found myself walking the halls of T'Challa's palace, while everyone else, Reed included, slept. What? That sound. Someone playing at the piano. But who? I must follow the music, no matter where it might lead me.
Susan Richards, approach me. I hope my playing of Grieg's piano concerto in a minor didn't disturb your sleep.
Oh no, Lord T'Challa. On the contrary, his playing entrances me, or enchants me. Is that what this? Anyway, though I mustn't let him know. I was having trouble sleeping, and I thought a leisurely stroll might help calm me. Though there's little chance of that now.
A splendid idea, and what better person to show you Wakanda's nighttime wonders than he who is Wakanda himself?
Which is what the Black Panther did, leading me out of his palace and into the night air, to a place that was... Your country is like a paradise, T'Challa. A garden of Eden.
Well said, Susan Richards. Tell me, have you ever seen such a natural beauty, such plants and flowers?
Once, yes, on the distant planet Vesuvius. Oh, Reed, look! What kind of a flower is that? Actually, darling, speaking in botanical terms, that's a plant, not a flower. Oh.
I was actually referring to flora indigenous to the planet Earth.
I'm sorry if I offended you, T'Challa.
It is of little consequence. But come, now let me take you to the Black Lagoon.
Wait, was it really called that? As in a creature from... No, I think it's more as in lagoon belonging to the Black Panther. Therefore it is called the Black Lagoon. Here's where it gets good. Unless Susan relates how she accidentally stepped on a mound of ravenous fire ants on her way to this Black Lagoon, I sincerely doubt that. Anyway, the Black Panther led me deeper into the jungle, until we came to a clearing and...
Behold, Susan Richards, the splendor of mighty Wakanda.
Ah! Lord T'Challa, it's magnificent.
The lagoon's waters are warmed by a state-of-the-art process I developed in tandem with Wakanda's greatest scientist called thermal dynamics. Care to join me for a dip?
A question that both thrills me and fills me with dread. I can't say yes, can I? But I don't have a bathing suit.
It is of little consequence. To preserve your modesty, I will avert my gaze while you slip into the lagoon's tepid waters.
I really shouldn't, but... All right, Black Panther, I will. And I did, thinking, this is just a moment in the jungle, nothing more.
My costume is made of a strange, otherworldly, water-repellent material called... Bah, I can't remember what it's called. But no matter, for I too will swim. Unnatural.
The Black Panther speaking French, the language of love. Still, no matter what else happens, I mustn't look at him until he is safely obscured by the waters of the Black Lagoon. Psst. There, the telltale sound of someone diving into water. A few seconds more and I'll be able to uncover my eyes. And... there. But where is... T'Challa? He couldn't be underwater still, could he? No one can hold their breath that long. At least no one human. Black Panther?
Here, Susan Richards.
Oh.
Behind you.
Oh, Black Panther. You startled me.
You needn't be afraid, Susan Richards.
How can he tell? I must act nonchalant. Oh, Black Panther, really. After swimming with the sensational Submariner, not even sharks can scare me. But I thought cats didn't like water.
But I am no ordinary cat.
And you,
Susan Richards, are no ordinary woman.
It's nice someone thinks so. Good Lord, did I actually utter those words aloud?
Susan Richards, you and the scientist, Reed Richards, you are married?
He's getting so close to me. I can feel our feet touching as we kick to stay afloat. Yes, T'Challa, and happily so.
Because the way you've been looking at me.
Yes?
I thought perhaps... No, better not to say it aloud. Because once something is said or done,
it cannot be unsaid or undone. I'm sorry, T'Challa, but the waters turned suddenly cold. We better get out, don't you think?
Yes. Let me avert my panther eyes once more, while you emerge from the Black Lagoon, and clothe yourself.
Which is what happened. We got dressed again, made our way through the jungle, back to the Black Panther's palace, lingering a moment too long at my bedroom's doorway.
If we had, no one would have known. You are such a beautiful woman, Susan Richards.
And you're a handsome man, T'Challa. One of the most handsome men I've ever met. But we would have known. And with that, as silently as the animal he's named for, the Black Panther stole away, leaving me to my life, I suppose. Oh, Reed, you're awake, but I thought...
What's that? Oh, Susan. Were you out and about? I didn't notice.
Such as it was back then. Unsurprisingly, after our awkward night at the lagoon, the Black Panther was less keen on having the Fantastic Four stay in Wakanda. Check out this sonic fishing pole. Wyatt's gonna lose it when he sees all the groovy going-away gifts the Panther's given us.
Speak for yourself, Matchstick. All I got was some nutty kind of toy or something. Sorry to see you leave, but rest assured that our paths will cross again, and that I consider you friends, a word the Black Panther does not use lightly. That's enough, Ben. The chieftain of the Wakandas is a wonderful man, as generous as he is powerful, as warm-hearted as he is wealthy. Wouldn't you say, Sue? Darling? Are you all right? You haven't said much. Can it be you're completely enchanted by all these latest fashions from Paris and Rome?
Oh, yes, Reed, darling. That's exactly what's going on. I'm completely enchanted. But I'm also ready to go home now. Can we?
Of course we can, you silly, silly girl.
And we did, flying back to New York in a gyro cruiser of the Black Panther's own invention. Me trying my best to forget our midnight swim and what could have been. That's your story, but... No offense, Sue, but... I know, nothing happened. I tried to tell you. Emma, I can hear you doing something. Calling for Ka. I'm done playing well with others. I have to admit, Sue, I'm a smidge disappointed in you. Me too. The Black Panther is so totally... hot, I know. And believe me, I thought about it. More than I ever did with Namor, which is saying something, but... for good or bad, Reed and I signed on for the long haul. Really, darling? Then how do you explain that time when you were almost divorced? And no moment... Wait, what? Okay, I don't know, but anyway. But no moment in the jungle is worth putting up that risk. Or it should be, But I mean, you're still mad at him for forgetting your anniversary, aren't you? I mean, you have to be, right? If she is, Sharon, she's entitled. For Reed to continue pulling these stunts after all these years, well... What? Unforgivable? Or is it just... Whatever you're about to think, Susan, I don't want to hear it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's almost 6 in the morning by the time Emma's limo pulls up to the Baxter Building. I love this time of day, when the dawn sky is streaked with blues and yellows and pinks. Ugh, as much fun as this was, I'm going to be paying for this all-nighter for weeks. Just another reminder that I'm not a teenager anymore. Hi, Roberta. Hold my calls until Thursday, Kay? Welcome back, Mrs. Richards. I trust you had a good time. Did I? Before getting married, there's nothing I enjoyed more than a girls' night out. Flirting and dancing and dishing. But now that I'm older, things have shifted a bit, haven't they? And nothing makes me feel as happy as brushing the hair from off my sleeping son's forehead. Or discovering yet again my daughter's artistic streak. Oh. Or finding my husband waiting up for me. That outfit's quite... My God, you've still got it. Don't melt, Susan. Remember, he didn't. Reed, why didn't you? I'm so sorry I didn't. Where were you? Were you really in Washington? No, I was trying to surprise you, Sue. So I wrote that note, thinking I'd be back before lunch, but then... Let me guess, you discovered a previously unknown dimension that mirrors our own, complete with younger versions of ourselves. There was danger, lives were at stake, you saved untold universes. Something like that. I'm sorry. There really wasn't a way for me to call. Okay, but I'm still confused. Where were you before you got derailed? If not Washington. Getting you an anniversary present, of course. A present? Behind you, honey. Oh, Reed, it's... Do you remember that vacation we took to Vesuvius once? Remember those gardens? Of course I do. But those alien plants... It's beautiful, Reed, but the plants in those gardens are unique. There's only one of each. How did you get the Vesuvians to part with it? I just explained to them how much you loved it when you saw it all those years ago. And how much I loved you and will still love you. Okay, now your heart can melt. No, I don't know what she's saying here. But I really didn't think I'd be gone all day. I know. And I know I'm not the most romantic, spontaneous soul in the world. No, but that isn't what I signed on for. Nevertheless, I promise you, next year, no matter what. Shh. You don't have to say it, Reed. After all these years, I get it. And I realize that I love you, Susan. You bring light and life and joy and meaning to my days, now and forever. She looks kind of weird. Like this, looks kind of like weird. Looks like he's a vampire or something. It's kind of weird, but this is how the dream day ends. Me too, my lanky, nutty professor. And it says, congrats, Sue and Reed, 40 years and counting. So I guess this is like some sort of anniversary issue or something. But, yeah, I think so. So this must have came out in like 2004, because I think this issue where they got married was like Fantastic Four Annual number 3. I think that was in 1964. I think it was. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Sorry if it's kind of different. This was recommended to me a while ago. Someone recommended me to read this. I was kind of putting it off because I couldn't do the female voices very well. And yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.